We are back for another edition of the Three Miss Ladies podcast show. Woo woo! Yeah, a little bit delayed, but no, it's okay, girls. It's okay. I'll give you a 7 out of 10 for that one. Okay,
it's the heat wave.
All right, so we're just going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about a hot topic this week. So earlier on this week, controversial relationship advice expert Kevin Samuels passed away. So there have been a lot of opinions about this. There have been people rejoicing, especially women. Some, I'm not saying all, some women rejoicing about him. A couple of people, especially men, are in defense of him. Yeah, just a lot of different opinions going on right now, mainly because he was so polarizing and controversial. Yeah, what are our thoughts?
Initially, well, when I heard the news, some people were like, "Oh, is it real? Is it fake?" Because some people thought it was a joke, but apparently, obviously, we know now that it was definitely real. And his mum found out on social media, which I thought was really sad. And she was really upset about. Anyone passing, I think obviously it's not going to be a greatest thing, no matter how horrible they were, and everyone knows how his opinion was. So my thing is, women were still calling in. The same way everybody was rejoicing, we're still calling in, knowing how controversial he can be, how opinionated he was, and at the end of the day, he was saying things that a lot of people are thinking anyway. He was saying things that some people's girlfriends would be saying anyway. So my thing is that I just feel like, yeah, he's passed. But in terms of like, you know, women like, oh yes, it doesn't change the fact of what you were going through or what advice he was giving you at the end of the day. Sometimes he did go a bit too far. But like I said, I think some people set themselves up. You know what he's like. And then you will go on there. I watched one of them. You will go on there. He will ask you a question. How old are you? Oh, I'm like late 30s. Okay, so how long you been married? 12 years. So that means you'd have been like, you know what I mean? 23, working at the maths. And then, oh, actually you're over 40 or you're over 50. You just lied. Like those kind of things there. Sometimes you just set your own self up. So I feel like it's a man that's passed accidentally as far as I've read. Everything like that. But he said things that some of them needed to hear. And and sometimes obviously, like I said, some people's feelings got hurt.
So are you saying you agree with some of the stuff he said?
Sometimes, not all the time. I don't think he was always 100% right. But I feel like with women going, oh my gosh, yeah, he's gone. But half the time what he was saying to you was the truth. So that's the reason probably why you're excited that he's gone. It would just be someone else to replace him with a different name.
The truth is gone.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The truth is gone. So everyone's just like, yeah. But sometimes he didn't tell no lies.
To be who
Do you understand? To be who we are. You be there like you kicked your man out, but your man was doing you good, but you think you can get something better. So what do you now expect when you ain't got no man? Like, you gave away a good guy, and now you're on Kevin Samuel's show telling, oh, actually, you know, man wants me with my kids. You had a good man, yes. You're paying the rent, yes. You're treating you right, yes. So once you get him, oh, so I can get someone better looking. Oh, you're all right. Like, come on now. Who's going to tell you that you did the right thing there? Don't play games. So yeah, that's my opinion on his whole passing and women kind of being excited at the fact that he's gone. Your life is still there. Your reality is still there. So
okay, all right. Well, thank you for that, Nunia Nick. Snoop, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, just like Nick was saying, that, you know, I didn't believe it was true. I saw it on Instagram. I saw a couple of Instagram messages, and I was just like, yeah, right, it must be a hoax. You know, like, and you're waiting for the main your main sources to tell you it's not. And I think it came later because I think everyone was trying to like sort it out, is it real? So, but to be honest, I'll be honest with him, may he so rest in peace, because obviously it's a dead man. But I was just numb. I was just like, okay. You know, I didn't feel, but anyway, when it was confirmed, do you understand what I mean? Because I think I might be some of the women that Nick is talking about,
right? Whereby
we don't like the truth, and that man had a way of spilling the truth that kind of cuts. Do you understand what I mean? Sort of thing. Yeah. He was definitely a very unique character. I've never seen anyone that dishes things out like that. I mean, maybe you'll find that in one of those deep pastoral pastors kind of thing, you know what I mean, that would just give you some home truth, you know. But it was sad to see him go, and I could understand, and I can understand why some people are now bashing or you know, giving, you know, negative comments. But at the same time, let's respect the fact that, you know, this was his unique platform. This was what he did. Do you understand what I'm saying, in a way?
Yeah.
And this was what made him who he was. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know the good side of the man. I just saw what he, you know, you know how people can be a certain way just because, you know, that's what they do, you know, and the fact that it rubs people the wrong way. Obviously, he brings the attention, made him famous. Because if he was sugarcoating and being nice, he wouldn't be the Kevin Samuels. We wouldn't know his name. It would just be another. Do you understand what I mean? So so I do respect the fact that he might have been a different person, you know, day to day with friends and whatever. So I do put that into whatever when I'm, you know. But at the same time, just like Nick said, if you don't want the truth, don't go looking for it. And sometimes some of these women were not prepared. We're not prepared, you know. So I'm sorry, they weren't prepared, and it was just like, why would you put yourself in that situation?
That's true.
If you're not ready to receive, you know, the you know, what he's gonna say. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think sometimes listening to his show, just like you said, he had points, and I don't disagree with everything he said. He had points, but then there are some times when it was just a bit. I think when women are put down, he has a way of delivering things that I just feel like, I'm not angry at you no more, Kevin. It's these women that are coming up in here and making themselves look stupid that I'm upset with, you know, because, you know, it just, because then it became a case of women, like all women are like this, or all women have these expectations. Do you understand? And I just feel like, bitch, if you can't argue your case, don't go on there and then be trying and then have people saying you're representing me. You're not representing my life. Do you understand me, or my views or whatever? Do you get what I'm saying? Sort of thing like that. So yeah, I'm very, very, you know, I feel for his family, praise for his family, because obviously it was an accidental death, but I just felt like it was a man making his money, and you know, that's just it. You know, you either like the people you either like people on social media or you don't. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's different, but that was his niche and that's what he went for. So I don't that's me.
Okay. I mean, I've been itching to, I mean, I'm kind of a bit in the middle. Like you said, when I first heard the news, I was like, I don't know if I actually believed it when I first heard it, but I was kind of numb as well. I think he makes a lot of valid points, but his delivery is very insensitive. That's what I would say. And I understand at the end of the day, you know, when something's controversial, it sells, it gets more attention. So maybe that might have been the driving, you know, force. Maybe it might not. I don't know. But that's how a lot of, you know, like we would get a lot of like segments on social media from his show, and you know, and obviously it would just be like where he's actually been quite brutal, but I think delivered a different way, people may have taken to him in a different way. At the end of the day, I never believe in kind of celebrating someone's death. It's a tragedy regardless of how you know, look at it. But I don't, me personally, I don't have the spirit, and I go on social media and stuff. Oh, you know, I don't have the spirit for that kind of thing, because I know when I go, there might be people who joining up and starting to do that. And you know what? I will come as my ghost and haunt them for the rest of their life. Leave me to rest in peace. So, like, I discussed this guy's passing with my brother, and my brother said, similarly to what you both said, he was like, the problem is, people don't want to hear the truth. And he was like, he goes, he's not going out there busting into women's homes and then just interrogating them.
You can't knock it.
Exactly. They were like, they know what kind of a character he is. So, you know, my brother's like, do your homework and be prepared.
Exactly.
So just in case we've got listeners who are not familiar with Kevin Samuels, let me just give you a typical topic that might come up in an interview style. Typical. So my brother relayed one to me where a woman came on and she was talking about what kind of man she wants. So a lot of the stuff that he goes on about is high value, people, women coming on talking about how they want a high value man. So if for those of you who don't know what that is, they just want a man who's doing well for himself, good looking, like in shape, has his own kind of thing going on. Okay, so this woman came on and said
ticks all the boxes, basically.
Exactly. He wants a high value man. He doesn't have any kids, who works out, who's got his own thing going on, potentially a millionaire, but just, making good money, X, Y, Z. So this is typically what Kevin Samuel would say. Okay, that's fine. Okay, great.
What you bring to the table.
So exactly. He's like, so how many kids have you got? That's where you might hear some fumbling. Free. Oh, okay, great. And all by the same men.
Well, what do you do?
All by the same men. No. Oh, okay. And what do you, what are you bringing to the table? But the most controversial thing he'll say is, okay, how old are you? And how much do you weigh? That's when it all goes left. Okay.
Yeah, that's when it goes
That's what it all
got to do with anything.
Exactly. Because so his thing is that you cannot be expecting that kind of high value man and you're not meeting those same standards yourself. And I think that is a point.
And I agree with that.
That is a point. You need to, and don't get me wrong, there are some women out there who maybe don't necessarily match their partner like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're quite overweight and their partner is super slim or whatever. Those are the exception. They're not the rule. In general, like just same way that you get what you give. You can't be expecting this level of man and you're all the way down here, just not trying to put anybody down, but same way, like I give this example to,
it's like, how are you going to lift him up if you're all the way down there?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
We can see how he's adding to your life.
What are you?
You added to his, and you're not at the end of the day.
And then obviously, if you're bringing a child into it as well, and whatever,
exactly,
and he hasn't got one. Now he's taking, so he had
taking
points.
on board. He had points, and at the end of the day, you're not even working as well. I'm not trying to be rude. If you could be at home, full time, you're a mother. But then if you're not doing anything else for him, so he's now got this high powered job, buying everything for you, looking after you. All you're doing is sort of cooking dinner. He can get a chef for that.
Exactly.
Like, why must be realistic? Is that really realistic? Does any man just want to come and just take care of a woman? Do you understand what I mean? Sort of thing like that. And there's nothing for him to actually gain or to uplift him in the process.
Or make you stand out from everybody else. So she's coming to pick you out of the crop. As the one that's like, oh my gosh, this fabulous man. He's not got a deadbeat job. He's got a good salary. He's got his car. He's not in debt. And then out of the field of women, why is he going to pick you out of all the other women who equally like him, even if they haven't got a high-paying job, but they take care of themselves, like they've got no other responsibilities that they are tied to. So you're both starting their life afresh with no extra whatever. I won't use the word baggage because children are not baggage, but extra things. So same way you're sitting there, looking at all these 100 men and you're picking that one. That's the same way men are going to look at all the 100 women and pick at you and go, they want you to stand out from the other Sheilas and the other Sharifas and the other Keishas and the other Falaka, Kemi, whatever. They're coming to pick you out.
Okay, so let me just, I was discussing this with my brother and I said, yep, I can definitely see the same point of view. I'm not going to say the person's name, but a long while ago, someone was pursuing me and this person was about to go through a divorce and had 2 children. And, I had, declined his advances a couple of times. And this person turned around and said, look, can we have a discussion as to why we, can't go any further? And I said, okay, put yourself in my position. I said, would I be your top pick if I was about to go through a divorce and I had 2 children, and you don't have any children? You've never been divorced, you've never been married, you've never been divorced, you've got your own thing going on. Would I be your top pick? And he said, no. And I said, exactly. I said, I can go out there. I said, you've seen me. He said, yes. I said, clearly you like what you saw. So I'm not unfortunate looking. And I'm sorry, I know you say kids are not baggage. I don't have baggage, So
or baby daddy drama.
Exactly. Why would you be when I can go out there and find someone who I'm equally yoked with it in those departments?
Yeah, absolutely.
So and don't get me, he didn't fight me on anything. And it was just the way I delivered it, where he thought fair and I understand. I understand. So, you know, so I get where he's coming from. And just like you said before, Snoop, some of the caliber, I'm not talking about all of them, because there are some women on there that have gone on the Kevin Samuel, you know, show or whatnot. And I think they've actually been decent, you know, but there are some on there that are delusional, you know, who I don't know where they get, you know, where these delusions.
He was definitely the women wake up call, innit? When he came into the show, he came out, he was definitely a wake up call for women. And I have to agree, with that. Yeah.
But I just think, I think sometimes, like, maybe, you know, for me, I feel like a lot of the time he would become a bit argumentative, and I'm like, are you giving a point, or are you just trying to prove, you know, like, I guess maybe try and deliver it in a way that they can, where there's reason there. You know, I just sometimes feel like it was a lot of the time just to embarrass the person. That's what I didn't like. And obviously then embarrassment themselves, because they've come on the show and know exactly what kind of show it's going to be, and then prepared, you know, but still in the same sentiment, you know, I was angry, even though
he never did that whole sandwich thing, innit?
Yes.
Give a good, give a bad, cover for good. He was just straight. Out. Yeah.
No,
he never left you. He never hung up the phone making you feel a little bit good.
Yeah. But that's the thing, you know what? It's really rare, because when I first heard about Kevin Samuels, I was literally like, oh, this guy's rude. You know, he's just too cutthroat. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know, we hear something over 100 times, not 100 times, but, you know, women, and again, girls, I'm not degrading women right now, but generally some women, you know, coming on there and kind of being like, oh, they want someone who's going to pacify them. At the end of the day, you've come onto this thing. He's got a very limited amount of time. And I think it's a thing of where he's not going to hold your hand. He's not your therapist.
Yes.
Do you understand? He's not getting paid for it. So if you don't need for something good, that's your business. Sometimes you don't need to do for something good. You know, if you don't like his tact, then that's on you. He doesn't have to be soft. Do you understand? It doesn't have to be sympathetic. He's telling you as he feels it to be. If you want someone who's going to be nice to you, go to your brother, go to your uncle. They love you. They'll talk to you in a nice way, innit? Otherwise, you call Kevin Samuel. So enough. He could have said it in a nicer way. Don't get me wrong. We always say something in a nicer way.
Yeah, but
the whole theme of the world
in a nicer way, and women never listen. Do you know
what
I mean?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't mind.
I guess women have always got it sugar coated and whatever, and
never got this man just thought, you know what? Cut straight through it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I appreciated him, because you would go to your 10 different girlfriends. Remember we watched this film a long time ago. What's it called? What guys really think, or something like that. Like, is he really into you, or something like that?
Not that into you. Yeah.
He's not just that into you. And it was kind of like, the film was 100% great, but the premise of the film was correct. Don't overthink it sometimes. Men sometimes can be very direct and very straightforward. He don't like you, or this is it. They don't tell me 5 other ways. It's straight fact. Like, why am I going to waste 10 more minutes telling you the same fact I told you 9.5 minutes ago? Just so that you can feel nice about it. Like, I should use that word, but forget that.
I just want to say there have been some topics that he's discussed where I think he has been extremely out of line and very, very rude. Like, you know, there was one clip that I saw with regards to, he set up a scenario as in a woman, a guy and a woman, a guy and a woman get together, and the woman's already got kids. And then they get together and they have maybe 2 more kids. And then about, I don't know, 15 years, 10 years later, when the daughter of the woman, this is not, you know, that she's had from a previous relationship, maybe accuses the new husband of looking at her inappropriately or touching her inappropriately. And he presented that scenario to a woman, and she said, well, I'll terminate the relationship. And he said, why? Why would you haven't even asked me if I've actually done anything wrong. And if that is the case, you and your child get out. This is why a man shouldn't not invest in a child that's not his. Because how's that child now going to be of value to him? Like, he was just, for me, that was just a nonsensical, topic or scenario, sorry, because I thought your parent's job is to protect their child. If my child was to ever come to me and say, Mummy, this person touched me, or Mummy, this, I'm out of there. If the guys in my vicinity, we're finished. I don't need to get confirmation or whatnot from you. You can explain to me, but I'm going to be on the side of my child. I can't take no risks there. No. So him saying that, I just thought he was really, really out of line. You know, all the other stuff in terms of women and her delusions of a higher value, she's, do you know what I mean? And she's not on that level, I guess, you know, then, you know, I'm like, yeah, I can see why he's saying. I mean, sometimes again, the delivery. I mean, there was once where he said to the woman, "What are you doing? Okay, this is what you want. What are you doing to work to get to his level?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "You know, what can I do?" And he goes, "You know, you can reincarnate." Like, I won't lie to you, I was dying when when he said that. You know, but you know, I think my point, our point is that
I think we all need an Uncle Kevin in the family.
yeah, someone who's going to give it to you straight.
Yes,
you know,
you can also duct tape him at
there
certain
needs to
times,
always be
basically.
one in the family. Yeah.
But I don't think that's women to say, or for people to say, "Oh, we're glad he's gone." This is not a Jimmy Savile. This is not a kiddie fiddler. You know, this is not. If you don't want his opinion, you can turn off the show. You can go on the show. You know, you cannot support his channel or whatever wherever it is he's putting out his stuff. You know, but you don't necessarily have to go, "Oh yeah," you know. And just like you kind of touched it upon it, and Snoop, the whole that thing is maybe touching a nerve in your own life. You know, like maybe there's certain things he's saying that maybe ring true in your own life that you don't want to deal with, and it's much easier to kind of hate him than to actually do some internal work and
absolutely,
you know, because guys, a lot of people say a lot of things about women, and I don't care, because I'm like, well, that's got nothing to do with me. You know, like
me, yeah,
that's not that's not my world. So okay. You know, whereas there are other people that are screaming and shouting, and it's like, whoa, okay, is he hit a nerve? You know, like is that clearly your life? Then maybe you need to do some internal work. So I definitely agree, you know, with that. But yeah, I still don't think it's an avenue for people to just, oh, like we're probably going to get a lot of bashing from releasing this episode, because there are some celebrities like Ovi, who was on Love Island. He's getting it right now because he has said, look, it's not nice to celebrate, you know, somebody dying, and
but it's not,
oh, whatever,
it's not. I mean, what's the crime? He's not Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
What is the crime? Do you understand what I mean? Like, he's just spoken truth, and you came seeking the truth. You came seeking his truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can say whatever you want to be or whatever. Like I said, I don't know the man in and out. All I know is what he was marketing, and that was it. Do you know what I mean? If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, they didn't buy it; they got it for free.
Well, yeah. That doesn't mean don't go looking for it then.
Yeah. So
okay, well, we'll leave it there. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. And just like you said, obviously our hearts go out to the family, his children and whatnot, you know. So
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to another topic. Amir Khan. So Amir Khan is a British boxer. I think has he retired now?
He's retired, yeah. He's not on the scene.
So okay.
As far as I know. Or he should be, because he's been on it for so long.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, so we all know, like, he really popular ex-British boxer, and obviously he's got money. So he was coming out of an establishment in East London, and he was robbed. Now, when he was robbed, his wife, who he was accompanied by, ran away while he left him there to get robbed. So I'm going to start with you, Snoop. Is that okay?
Is it to get robbed, or is it to get robbed, or to deal with the situation? That's
well, he didn't really deal with the situation very well. He dealt with it by handing over his goods to the people that wanted his stuff. So
look,
okay.
And I think they had guns or weapons, or I don't know. Did they have any weapons? I can't, because it's anyway.
So the video is very it's not very clear. Like I had to watch it a couple of times, but I think they did have some weapons.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think? Stay or flee? Flight, fight or flight?
I'm definitely on the other side of the road.
Okay, so you're running away.
Yes, I am. No, okay. On a pissed off kind of day, maybe I'll stick with him and get some anger out. But to be honest, I think the sensible thing is to, and I don't mean like flee and just go home and find out on the news what happened to your man.
Nobody comes back, baby, you okay?
Snoop is not from playing. She said if she's pissed, she might stay.
So basically, all I'm saying is that obviously, obviously, if there's an opportunity for both of you not to be in harm's way, do you understand what I mean? And one of you to be able to seek help. Yeah, I would do that. Do you know what I mean? You know, I think when I read this, I thought, did she leave him because obviously he's a boxer, might like deal with this, or do you understand what I'm saying? Because obviously, if she had like, you know, if your man was like a bodyguard or someone, do you know what I mean? You feel like, yeah, this is something he could possibly handle, kind of thing like that. I would not abandon. That's the key word I'm going to say. I would not abandon him to the situation, but I would not. Two men. What am I going to do? A couple of scratches, whatever. Do you understand what I mean? But I would like to think that I would remove myself from the situation and call for help. Do you know what I mean? In whatever possible way. Do you know? But to actually put myself further in harm's way, like they both got kids. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Kind of thing like that. If it was one man, yeah, I'll be in there because 2 against 1. do you get what I'm saying? Sort of thing. You have a better chance, kind of thing like that. But yeah, but these kind of things, I think it depends on the night. They might be.
Oh my gosh!
You know, wherever they might have gone, might not have gone well. Whereby she'll be like, yeah, nigga, go face that. Sorry for my words. Go face that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
But if it was a nice event, she'll be like, leave him alone. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. It depends. It depends.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You know what? When I was thinking about this answer, it was a bit more clearer. What I'm thinking.
It was a bit more nicer.
Yes.
Clearer.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But yeah, go on.
Who?
Yeah,
Queen
Nick,
P.
what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Oh, yeah, I'm out. See you later. Like, there's not much I can do. I will go call for help, just like she did.
Stand by your man. It's definitely not our motto, is it?
I think she went to call for help. That's what I think. We only saw a short clip of that video. And stand where? Here, my friends. At least if it's just you standing there dealing with these guys, you only have yourself to think about. If I'm standing there, you're trying to fight them off me and fight them off you. You can't do two at the same time. Whereas if I go and get help, there's more chances of you surviving, and I'm already fine, isn't it? So it's better that I just leave the situation, because again, they might try and kidnap me. No, would
it be okay if it was 2 women and he left you to it?
Okay, this one's gonna be very controversial. I mean, if it was 2 women and he now left me, there's a problem. Yeah, because that means that's my hair coming out. That's my lashes probably getting messed up. No, you can't leave me.
Would you, after dealing with that situation, be pissed with him and say, so you couldn't even help? You couldn't even take one of them off me?
Yeah, of course I would be. But what am I going to do with a man? What am I going to do with a man? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, me, he'll just fling me onto the floor. I get concussion. It's a whole other story. Do you understand? So in those split 2 seconds, all right, she could have stayed there and watched him get beaten, which again will affect his pride anyway. Or she could stand there and get mashed up. He turns his attention to you. He now gets hit. You know, we've all seen the films. You know, they always tell the woman, run. So she ran. Like, come on now. I know they'll be pissed. I won't lie to you. I know they'll be pissed. But we all have to try and persevere and save ourselves.
I mean, it's me. I mean, I was a bit shocked when I saw that she ran, if I'm being honest with you. It was the way she ran, like, oh no, I ain't doing this crap, you know, and she was out of there, you know. But thinking about it, she probably did the right thing. You know, after I did discuss this with my brother was like, what is she gonna do? He was like, and because normally when you see these situations, women usually start screaming and making noise. And that's when the gunman will turn their attention to her. Then just like you said, New Year, Nick.
See?
Maybe the guy will then get involved and then they both get shot, or one of them gets, you know, they're like, my brother's like, women in those scenarios, typically, not always, but, you know, are the ones that lose their shit, you know, like screaming, shouting, you know, like that kind of thing. So he was like,
make the situation worse.
Yeah.
Before now, would he, in what you're saying, hon, it's probably then that probably he might not have done what he done, as in give it away. He might have fought a sense of, like Nick said, pride, and then want to fight. Do you understand me? Because he's there watching. Do you understand what I mean? In a way, you know how men like to show. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So as much as I was laughing, I am right. It's better you leave.
Bottom line,
Because
ladies, run.
Yeah.
Run, go for help. Don't run, go home. And then, oh baby, are you okay? Like, don't do that. Don't run, jump into your car, drive off, and don't say anything. And then when you're safe and got to your destination, now you're trying to, no, you need to go for help.
Oh, so you made it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so go for help.
This is bad. We're not laughing because obviously this could have turned.
It wasn't funny.
I mean, we are laughing, but this could have turned a lot worse.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, Amir Khan, like, I believe that these people targeted you. You know, you were out with jewelry on, you know, flashy, you know, especially, come on, East London, South London, you know, you can't be doing these types of things. You got to keep it cool.
Leave South London out of this.
No, I will bring South London into this.
Where it happened.
Yeah. You just need to just be careful. Okay, you know what? We've discussed quite a lot today. We're gonna just let the listeners marinate on this. As always, guys, please remember, email us, let us know what you think of the show, and catch us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Podbean, on Spotify, iTunes. Message us, let us know what you're thinking. And yeah, I'm your girl Queen P.
I'm Snoop.
I'm Nick.
Okay, and sorry, I forgot the email address. The email address is freepms.ladies@gmail.com. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.